Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back. My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share here, you can subscribe and share it with your friends and family. So this past week has been so busy for me personally, in a very good way. So that is why I kind of posted this, I made and posted this video a little bit later than usual, but let's bring our focus back to this week astrology. In this video we are going to talk about this week astrology. So this is about the week of 24th to 30th in July 2023. We have a intense week last week with so many astrological shift and aspect. If you want to check them out, those are the two previous videos I've just posted, quite important, you might want to check out. One of them is earlier last week. We have our nodal shift on the 17th. North node and south node officially depart our Taurus and Scorpio axes and enter into Libra and Aries axes to kickstart a new 18-month cycles for all of us. So in the next 18 months, we're going to focus on our Aries and Libra house. What are they about? The eclipses are going to take place into these two signs as well. So check out that video. It's really detailed. I break it down all for you. What are lunar nodes? Why do we want to know what they are? How are they significant in our life? What does it mean to have the nodal nodes in Libra and Aries mean for us as a collective, but also as an individual? So check out your rising sign message. I break it down sign by sign. So check out. I don't always have the time to do all signs reading, but for this one I did. So check it out so you can find out having eclipses in your own natal chart, in Aries and Libra houses. What does it mean for you? So watch it as your rising sign. So, and also during Sunday or Saturday night, depending where you are in the world, we also officially have our Venus retrograde taking place in the sign of Leo. I also did an individual separate video for you all to talk about what this energy is like, because Venus is a personal planet, and when Venus is in retrograde, we can feel the energy stronger actually. So what does Venus retrograde mean for us? I talk about the energy. What does it mean? What can it bring up? And it is a 40 nights, 40 days journey for all of us until early September. So check out that video to see what it means for you. We all are going through some of this. I already see that in my life, how it show up for other people around me that I know as well. So check that video out. So I don't want to cramp everything in that Venus retrograde video, but on the same day, just 20 minutes after Venus station retrograde, the Sun also entered the sign of Leo to kickstart Leo season for us. So I also talk about the energy of Leo season in the Venus retrograde video. So please check that out so you can find out what this Leo season brings for all of us as well. Lastly, actually on the same day, we have another transit happening, but I want to separate that transit, so I'm going to talk about it now in this video. So on the 23rd nighttime Hong Kong time, 10:42 p.m., or it will be on the 23rd morning Eastern time, 10:42 a.m. so adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Chiron in Aries station retrograde. So Chiron is in Aries, and we just have North Node moving into Aries. So the Aries house in your own natal chart is having some shifts in energetically. Okay, so Chiron stations at 20 degrees in Aries on the 23rd. And this is the furthest Chiron have traveled since Chiron entered Aries in April 2018. So it's been a few years, 5 years journey for all of us so far, showing us our own hero's journey, because Aries is the sign of self. The mantra of Aries, I am. When Chiron is in Aries, it talks about our own healing journey, our own hero's journey, right? We've all been through it, and this is what life's about. Life is all about different hero's journey at different points of our life, experiencing different things. We experience, trials and tribulations, ups and downs, twists and turns that show us our strengths and weaknesses, bring us knowledge and wisdom, and it also humble us too. We've been through something, we know ourselves better, we learn something about ourselves or other people or life, and I feel like every time it will kind of paint another rainbow on our body, right? In a way, because it represents another journey, another little nugget of wisdom that we collect along the way on our journey of life. So during Chiron retrograde, it might bring up some of our wounds to come up, some of our traumas, past experience, things we're healing from, for us to look at, to see how far you have come. Be proud of yourself, right? Or for some of us, everyone is on their own journey and everyone's journey is different. Maybe for some, this is to see how far you have come. For some, this is showing you that, hey, you can embark on this journey on your own as well. It's time to do so. Or maybe for some, this is deepening another layer of healing. This is maybe for some of us, this is inspiring others to do the same, right? So it can mean different, it can has different meaning for different people. So you might be going through a healing journey, self-discovery journey during this period of time when Chiron is in retrograde. You might continue to work with your therapist, your healers, whoever you're working with, right? And you might feel this station more if you have Chiron in Aries, and if it's close to that degree, or if you have any cardinal energy planets and points, right? Meaning Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. You might feel this stronger than the other, but we are all feeling it because it is all about our own hero's journey. So you might feel this. And Chiron is going to retrograde until December 27. So it's quite a period of time. All of the second half of the year is all about going inward, reflecting on your own healing journey, to do more about it, to deepen another layer, to embark on a journey, or just simply be proud of yourself to how far you have come. Now let's talk about this week from July 24th to 30th. Last week was intense. The universe loves us. So this week, we don't have like some super packed, intense major aspect and transit happening one after another like last week. This week is more of a slowing down, letting us to at least take a breather to process last week's big energy shift. For some of us, it's been a lot. We need a little time out for us to slow down and process what even just happened in our life, right? And this week we have a lot of mercurial energy to help us really process everything that's been happening in our life. And Mercury, again, is a busy bee. Mercury is going to have a square with Uranus in Taurus on Monday. So you're feeling it probably maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There might be because it's a square energy, it can also be a little bit tense, and with Uranus it can just come out in the middle of nowhere. Something might just suddenly happen, or out of the blue you might receive a communication, a message, an email, or with Uranus, this can be an internal realization, right? Mercury is still in Leo, in the very end of Leo, so it's conjuncting Venus, very, very close. So it might have something to do with your Venus retrograde story as well. Maybe perhaps you're realizing something, or perhaps you might get an aha moment in yourself, within yourself, or through a conversation. You might receive a conversation, email, message, or so on and so forth, or you might be the one who's giving out as well. So see how that plays out in your life. And then we have on Thursday, on the 28th, we have Mercury in Leo conjuncting Venus retrograde in Leo. So that is the exact conjunction day. So this is about that, because Venus is in retrograde, so it talks about relationships, it talks about money matters. So today can be a conversation surrounding certain relationship in your life. Yes, definitely it can be romantic, it can be your partnership, that you might have some tough conversation that you need to really talk about. This is about a reflection. This is about, maybe for some, this can play out different way. Everyone has their own human story. Maybe this is about certain situation, people, things, and life. This can be about money matters too. Maybe this can be a discussion with your partner about money, or with your finance advisor, or just with yourself, or a friend, or whoever you're working with, right? This can be a friend conversation as well. So for some, this might be a tough one today. This might be a tough conversation. So this week I would like to advise, well, not advise, you are your own director. So, but I would say maybe slow down a little bit, because sometimes you might say something and regret it, who knows, or someone might do that to you. So it might go both ways, right? But I would say try to slow down, think clearly, think it through before you take action or speak something or say something, just in case something happened, right? And on the 29th, on Saturday, Hong Kong time, 5:31 a.m. or July 28th, 5:31 p.m. Eastern time, so adjust the time according to where you are in the world, Mercury is going to enter Virgo. So this is a lovely transit energy for us to work with, because Mercury is back at its home, because Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So it's a great energy to work with. And I love how it comes in when we have Venus retrograde, because this Mercury in Virgo energy is able to help us to focus, to bring our attention into the details, to allow us to analyze, have a clear mind, clear conversation. I personally love Mercury in Virgo more than Mercury in Gemini, even though Mercury rules both signs, but just my own opinion, I do like Mercury in Virgo because it's grounded, right? Because Virgo is an earth sign, so I do find myself being able to focus and get grounded a little bit with my thoughts, with the conversations that I have. Is a less anxious energy to work with and a less overwhelming energy to work with, in my own opinion. Some people might like to have mental stimulation all the time, but not me. I cannot. So I do enjoy Mercury being in Virgo, and Mercury is going to stay in Virgo until October 4th or 5th, depending where you are in the world. So instead of the typical 2 to 3 weeks Mercury transit, we're having more than 2 months of Mercury in Virgo. Ding ding! Hence Mercury retrograde is upon us. So by the end of August, Mercury will station retrograde, and by that time we will have both two of our personal planet, Venus and Mercury, both in retrograde. Ooh, okay. We will talk about that later on as time comes closer. Right now, we'll focus on all the good stuff of Mercury in Virgo first. Mercury in Virgo is a nice energy to work with, like I said, because it's an analytical energy, right? It helps you to bring your focus back, to break things down into smaller pieces to work with. How can we plan things? How can we get through the to-do list? How can we talk calmly and articulate better, and to focus on what we truly want to say instead of beating around the bushes and just going around everywhere. We're bringing our focus back. What do we need to talk about? Let's plan, let's do our bullet points, let's write a to-do list, let's plan it all out. It's that kind of energy. So having Mercury in Virgo, you might feel a bit more grounded. You might feel a bit more yes, I can do this kind of energy. You can find yourself being able to maybe bring your focus back into things you have to do. You might feel like your thoughts a bit more calm, a bit more centered. You're able to slowly tackle things one by one. I love Mercury in Virgo. It helps us to, break things down into tangible little steps that we can work with instead of like a big chunk of overwhelming energy. So it's really good, and it's like all about problem solving. It's all about efficiency and solutions. So we are not just talking about SHIT. We're actually having a conversation to find solution. How can we solve this problem? And it's perfect when we have Venus retrograde, because for many people of us, we're going to reflect on money matters. We're going to reflect on relationships, all kinds of relationships. How are you showing up? How am I showing up in the relationships? Are you being a people pleaser, or am I being a people pleaser? Am I taking too much, giving too much, spreading myself too thin, so on and so forth? So I feel like Mercury in Virgo can really come in and help us to have those conversations and get it going. So I love this for all of us. And also, since we will have Mercury retrograde upon us towards the end of August, you can also start to see what comes up in your conversation and in your thought in the next month or so, because chances are those conversations, those thoughts, those ideas might come back for you to review later on at the end of August as well. So this is this week's reading. Not a whole lot going on, some helpful Mercury energy coming in, so thank God. Now let's take a look at the universe message for all of us. From the tarot card, we have 3 of Swords, we have the Star, and we have 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I love it because it's really reflecting on our astrology energy, right? We just embarked on our Venus retrograde journey. So the next month or so, 40 days, will be really a reflection on our relationships, how we do relationships, right? And we also have Chiron, that gestation retrograde. It's also about, maybe for some, this is your own healing journey, your own experience or trauma that you've been through. But for some, this is about relational trauma that you're healing from, that you will be talking about, that you will do another layer of healing. Is coming up for you to see, of course, how far you've come, the work that you have put in. So be really proud of yourself, please, first, okay? And this is all about, sometimes the past come back, or our trauma comes back, or things that we thought we healed come back. They're not here to laugh at us, to tell us that, oh, see, it's not done. You thought you're done, you're not done. It's not like that kind of energy, but it's coming up for you to see, hey, the version of you now is different. Even though it's coming back up, it's okay. It's never linear, right? It's sometimes I feel like it's like a linear but not linear journey in a way, because we're always moving forward in some way. So in the big picture, we're kind of moving forward. But from time to time, the past will loop back up and we feel like we're backward, but we'll move forward again. So eventually we will move forward again. It's just that sometimes we have to come back, maybe tie up some loose end, to do a deeper layer of healing, and also to witness and be proud of ourselves, how far we have come, the work we have been putting in, and stuff like that. So I don't want you to feel discouraged or upset if something like this happen, if you experience this energy, like why did the past come up, why do I feel not so good, don't beat yourself down, because it's never easy. There's always more work to be done, but also know that you're always improving, and as long as you're willing to put in the work, healing is always available. So no one is ever truly healed anyway. So be proud of the work you have been putting in yourself, that you continuously to put in, and just keep moving forward in your own pace, right? From the Moonology, we have last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Exactly what I just said, right? And we have new moon in Virgo. Trust all will be well. I love this because we also have Virgo energy coming in at the end of this week. Mercury is going to enter Virgo. And look at this two Moonology cards. They're both green. So it's associating with our heart chakra, our heart space, and this is what Venus retrograde is all about. It's all about reconnecting, connecting with your heart space. Come back to your own heart to truly make that connection with your heart space, right? To see what is your heart telling you? What does your heart align with or no longer align with? It's time to come back to your heart, to listen to its whisper and to do some work about it. And also we have this new moon in Virgo time mark. So by the time we have new moon in Virgo, it will be like in the middle of September. So by that time, Venus will station direct already, even though it's still in its post shadow energy, but Venus will be direct already. So I feel like by the time we have our new moon in Virgo, whatever you have been working on during the Venus retrograde will kind of come to a conclusion. You will see how far you've come. You will know the decision that you want to make moving forward as well. You have a greater understanding of what is happening. So this is kind of like a time mark message that I'm getting as well. And lastly, from the Oracle card, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, behold. This is what retrograde energy is all about. This is about doing something that truly replenish you, because you are no good to anybody, anything, any situation if you're running on empty. Nobody is. So do everybody a favor and take care of yourself. If you feel burnt out, tired, overwhelmed, physically, mentally, whatever, emotionally, rest, replenish, okay? Take a break if you can. Reschedule everything, rest, do nothing. Sometimes all you have to do is nothing in order to regain your strength, your clarity or strength, or whatever it is this week. Make time for yourself. You cannot draw from an empty well. So refill your cup, pour back into your cup. I hope the message helps. Feel free to comment below. Let me know how you find it. And if you want to work with me, schedule a reading with me, astrology, akashic record, or tarot reading. I also do energy healing sessions All the information in the description box below. Check it out and follow me on IG. You can contact me through email or IG. So I am wishing you all lots of love and a great week ahead, and I'll see you next time. Bye.